Yo, what is upstream? I I have had the worst writer's block, well, not really writer's block because I don't script my videos, but I've had the worst creator block, I guess, you could imagine with content creation lately. Mainly just because I've had no idea what I want to make. Right, like, I'm in this weird crossroads. I have a couple videos on the back burner, obviously, that I'm working on, like the next episode of the Iceberg and the next episode of the Map Packs video, but for, like, a short-term video, I've been weirdly stumped as to what to make, right? This stream is the start of the change for that, because I plan on taking this stream and editing it into a full-on video. Alright, so what we're going to be doing here, if you aren't familiar with the GDDL, because you have to be to get what we're doing, the GDDL is a website that allows you to rank your demon completions on a scale of 1 to 10, right? And the plan is I'm going to be using my own tier ratings to find my 0 out of 10s and rank them on a tier list. It's really fun, and the thing is, I already have the tier list set up. It is right here, and all of the completions are here. Most of these have thumbnails, but with the switch to my spreadsheet, I have actually foregone thumbnails, so a couple of these don't have them. And there's also 3 demons, which you have not seen my demon completions yet, because, yeah. Be careful of the feds while ranking the levels. I will try. Thanks for the $2. So, I will say this. Oh, by the way, I do want to get this out of the way, because that intro song was a, like, sort of remix of the Balatro theme made by the developers of the Balatro Cryptid mod, and I just wanted to credit them. I don't even actually know the developer of the mod's name, to be honest, but yeah, it's from the Cryptid mod. Okay, so a word about 0 out of 10s, okay? In this specific case, a 0 out of 10 is not referring to levels that I think are of bad quality. In fact, there are good levels here that I gave a 0 out of 10 to. Like, for example, Mr. Crazy Hands is a 0 out of 10, Forsaken Neon has a 0 out of 10, stuff like that, right? This is just how much I enjoyed the level, ignoring the quality. And that's what makes it seem like it's going to be a fun idea to tier them. We're going to be looking at the videos live, because it has been forever since I've actually seen these. What did Headrush do to me? I will be explaining that, do not worry. But, yeah, so I'll be explaining, as I play the video in the background, what made these so awful to play, and ranking them. I think it's going to be fun. I don't remember if there's anything else that needs to be said before we start. I guess what I could do is just put on some background music. I'll put on the normal Balatro theme, if I can find it in my files. Where did I put it? Where's Balatro? Where did I put Balatro? I lost everything, guys. Guys, I don't know where Balatro went. Balatro is missing. That's not good. Oh, I found it. Okay, so we'll just let this play in the back. Okay. Let me know if the music is too loud and I'll adjust it. I've actually never played Night in the Woods. It's a big bucket list game for me. Alright, so yeah. Right off the bat, we're just going to throw the 3 demons that I haven't publicly posted. Aside of the platformers, there's 2 that I have because I beat them on stream, but 1 that I haven't. So, there isn't really a way I can show these off properly, aside of just pulling up the completion video on my PC. But honestly, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to quickly mention them. So, this level is C tier. It is... what is it actually called? I don't remember. Shit, I don't remember what the level's called. Well, this is bad planning. This is the kind of shit that I cut out of my videos, by the way, chat, just so you know. Wow, alright. I'm just pulling it up the actual completion. which is going to interrupt the song. No. It's called Next Stop. That's the name of the level. Next Stop is just like the most stereotypical EDL level you could imagine. EDL in this case meaning Easy Demon List. It's like the most stereotypical EDL level you could imagine, right? The thing that put it so low in terms of enjoyment, like the reason I didn't enjoy it at all, actually had nothing to do with the level. It's just that my mental health had gone to shit when I played it. Yeah, that's the kind of shit that can happen with these levels. Like, sometimes it's not even the level's fault. Though I will say, and you'll get to see it when it comes into monthly demon completions, the thing that made it so frustrating is just that you have what is essentially just an easy demon that's timing focused, and then it throws, like, the most unnecessarily tight and awkward ship gaps at you could imagine, and then ends with, like, a choke point cube. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's just, yeah. Okay, so I probably should have explained that. Thank you, Pink Carrot. So, I am ranking the levels on the tier list based off quality, but I'm, like, the GDL 0 is because of my enjoyment, but this is, like, ranking the zeros by their quality. So, yeah. Alright, so the two stream demons. The first one, shit, what was this level called again? I know it was the King Eggplant level that, like, honestly kind of ruined the stream, because of how shit it was. I mean, I'm putting it in E, if that doesn't tell you a lot. Yeah, it's going low. This level had the audacity to throw in a mini swing ball, or ball copter, or whatever you want to call it, in a platformer. And no, it doesn't play well. It's... Yeah, no, I'll point out the specific part that ruined Headrush for me when we get to Headrush. But yeah, this level... Why can't I remember the name of it? Let me go consult the thing. It is... Infiltration, that's what it's called. Yeah, so it's called Infiltration, and this platformer just honestly sucked ass. It really is just... I don't know, a lot of that too, though, might have been because I expected it to be Easy Demon, and then didn't find it to be Easy Demon difficulty. Platformers in general have the most wildly different difficulty opinions you could imagine, and honestly, I don't think it's possible to rank the difficulty of a platformer. I kind of gave up on accurate platformer difficulty ratings around the time a level, yes, it will be edited down into a video. I gave up on accurate platformer ratings around when a platformer level that was basically just Tetris came out. I think it was called Tetris Grandmaster. And that level kind of showed me that there's no way to accurately rank levels. Because it's rated Insane Demon, which I agree with, but whether or not that level's hard entirely just depends on whether or not you're good at Tetris. I'm not kidding. So, yeah. Alright, then we have the other one that I forgot the name of. God damn it. This won't be an issue once we're done with the first three, hopefully. Toggling Theory, that's what it was called. So Toggling Theory was weird because think of all the Celeste platformers where you have a platform that moves and you have to jump off of them. Yeah, like Ziplash, thank you, Theory. So think of levels like Ziplash, but now imagine if you still jump with one button like you'd expect, but to move the platforms you have to jump with the other player. It's not intuitive, and it's not fun. I'm gonna put it in D because it wasn't, like, offensively bad or anything, it's actively worked against by its own mechanic. 1/3 of the levels to be XL? Actually, how many of these are XL? I'm not totally sure. I mean, this is what the list looks like. Okay, Shrill Hallway. This one... Shrill Hallway is a level that, honestly, if I played it now, it probably wouldn't be a 0, but it still wouldn't be high. So, this level, and God, just looking at this is like bringing back PTSD flashbacks. This level, it's rated medium demon, but I swear to God, some of the ship gameplay in this is just hard demon ship. Like, a lot of this is fine, that wave part just feels like the Mechanical Showdown wave, but this ship is just like the Club Step ship on crack. And, you know, you might think, oh, that's not bad, but then you get thrown UFO gravity portal hell. That's, like, already pretty frustrating, right? Then you get this awkward cube part, which, in and of itself, wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't for the fact that it was after one of the most awkward things ever. And then you have this genuinely difficult spider, right? And, what I'm basically trying to articulate by showing the way the parts are ordered in their difficulty is that this level isn't bad. The thing that made it frustrating is just, you go through one of the hardest parts in the level, and then it's easy for a bit, but awkward, so you can still die to the easy parts, which is always frustrating when you die to a, you know, easy thing. But then after that, it throws another hard part at you, so it's one of those levels where you feel like you never progress past a certain percentage, and then the moment you do, you just beat it. And, you know, part of this level's problem is that it's in the gauntlets, so I kind of forced myself to beat it at the time. And, by forcing myself to beat it when I clearly wasn't ready, yeah, I didn't enjoy this at all. I don't think it's a bad level, though. That's just explaining why I didn't enjoy it. Quality-wise, it's honestly kind of a neat level, and I really think I would enjoy it if I played it now, so I'm gonna put it in A. Also, hello, Bishi. Okay, the Devourer of Gods. So, some of you might know, some of you might not know, but if you follow my community tab, this level almost made me quit platformer. Mainly just because, alright, first of all, get this out of the way. A lot of people thought I was shitting on the game when I said this, and I'm going to clarify in a second, but part of this level's problem is that it's based off Terraria, and I genuinely just don't like Terraria. A lot of people thought that I was saying the game was bad when I said this, and no, it's not that. It's just the game is not for me. Terraria is not exactly my cup of tea. I appreciate it. Like, it's a well-made game. I just don't really like Terraria that much, right? And so, playing a GD level that is basically just Terraria, this level was already doomed to fail in terms of enjoyability for me to begin with. Like, I was already pretty much set to not like this. But, here's the problem, right? I can appreciate Terraria. I listen to the Calamity mod OST from time to time, right? And it's not a bad game at all. Devourer of Gods in Terraria is a genuinely cool boss fight. It's got really, really cool mechanics, and the two things that are important about it is, in Terraria, you actually gather resources, you know what I mean? You make yourself stronger. The whole point of the game is, you know, it's resource gathering, it's survival, and all that kind of stuff, right? Obviously, I don't play that much Terraria, so take this with a minor grain of salt, but the point is, you have time to prepare, right? And, this level, you don't have that. You just have what the level gives you, and that's it. But now, beyond that, the most frustrating thing about the Devourer of Gods is that I can speak. It's that the level just doesn't give you a wide open space. This whole level is in basically like a box, right? And if you look at footage of the Devourer of Gods boss fight in actual Terraria, you can just go wherever, right? And this small boxed-in area makes it annoying as hell to dodge shit, and then the damage isn't scaled well. Like, there's this attack where you have to fit inside these tiny boxes as the jetpack, right? And the lasers that make up those boxes straight up take out 3/4 of your health. It's insane. You can die in 2 hits to that part. And that just wouldn't happen in Terraria, right? And above all else, at the end of the day, you don't damage the boss. Its health just gradually goes down like a progress bar. So, all in all, this level sucks in every regard, and yeah, it's our first F tier. It's fucking horrible. I hate this level. Alright, I don't know how this didn't get lumped up with the other 3, but we do... Oh wait, no, that actually does make sense. This is, yeah, I'm gonna have to reference this for the level names occasionally, but this level is, where is it? Trying to remember the name of this level. I came in to see what was in the tier list, and Dance Massacre I did not enjoy. It's actually, like, the most simple reason you can imagine. Like, I'm gonna say it, and you're just gonna be like, oh, fair enough. This is, like, so simple. But what the hell is this level called? I don't remember. I know I beat it recently. I swear this aren't gonna be this bad the whole time. The platformers are just so hard to remember the name of sometimes because I don't care about them. Was it Kitchen Roll? If it's Kitchen Roll, then no wonder I couldn't remember the name of it. Oop. Yeah, it is Kitchen Roll. Yeah, no wonder I couldn't remember the name of it, because it's called fucking Kitchen Roll. Okay, so Kitchen Roll is terrible. And what this level's problem is it all comes down to pacing. Each level, well, I call that level, each room is hard as hell, right? And if you got one checkpoint per room, this would still be an easy demon. But this level has several moments where it forces you to do 2 difficult rooms in a row without a checkpoint. Now that alone would have lowered it significantly, but it wouldn't have made it a 0 enjoyment. But this level turns the player into this, like, black silhouette of the icon. And the problem with that is that the background has a very light particle effect with a black background. And so the player blends in with the background, and most of the time you can barely see it. And all in all, this level sucks. Terraria levels just feel like bashing your head at a wall for 7 minutes, and hey, there's a phase 2 for some... Yeah. Okay, so, actually, we're gonna grab another level, and we're gonna do these two at the same time, because, like, I have the exact same thoughts word for word with these. Where is 2E2V2? Yeah, there it is. So 2E2V2 and Flutter Funk V2 are the first levels on here where they got a 0, not because they were too frustrating or because they were poorly designed, but just simply because I found them boring. Like, I just felt like I was on autopilot when I beat these, and there was nothing else to it. These levels are completely whatever, and they're going in C tier. Actually, I'm going to put this below them, because we're going to make sure the tiers themselves are in order. Which means I'm putting this below. There we go. Okay. But yeah, both these levels I feel the same way about. They're not bad, I just genuinely don't care about them, because in my head it's like, other than just having the levels complete for the sake of a list, I don't see any point in playing the Neptune V2 levels over the original RobTop levels. Like, even if you're playing them because you want to play a harder version of the levels, I don't think they're good for that. Okay, Dance Massacre. So Dance Massacre is a 0 for one specific reason. And it's probably the most simple reason. Also, you're good. You're good, Eclipse. That is perfectly fine. But yeah, Dance Massacre. So this fucking level, alright? First of all, just get this out of the way. I usually just tend to not like Heinz levels. He has this style of gameplay that's really hard to explain, but I really dislike. It's the way he builds ball gameplay, and I don't know how to explain it, but I just don't like Heinz's ball sections. It's these sections. Like, any of this type of ball gameplay, I really don't like. Which is sad, because I acknowledge that it's a really good way to improve at ball gameplay, but being someone who didn't do this as a hardest, I just don't like it. But the main thing that made this a 0 is right after the UFO, I believe. No, there's a ball, that's right. The most forgettable ball section ever. It's this part. This robot is the bane of my fucking existence. Because robot microclicks are the worst thing ever, okay? But here's the thing. If I rebeat this, it'd probably get a 1, right? And I'm going to turn on my lamp for a second, because here's the thing. Now when I play GD, I usually play on my Seo. And the Seo makes microclicks free. However, I didn't have the Seo when I beat that, so I beat that on my G502. Don't play Dance Massacre on the G502. Please. It's terrible. That's really it. Honestly, I don't think Dance Massacre is poorly designed, but preference-wise, I just don't like it. I'm gonna put it in B, though, because Like, I did find some parts fun, which is a lot more than you can say about the other 0 out of 10s. Like, the UFO, which is probably one of the best sections I've played in a hard demon. It's actually genuinely good. Alright. So, a hot take that's gonna matter again in a bit. Megalovania is bad because of one section and is an example of a specific type of bad gameplay. So let's pull this up really quick. So Megalovania relies a ton on one part, really, for its difficulty. Because all of this, as much as I died to it a lot, let me actually just break down what playing Megalovania is like, okay? When I get to the completion. Jesus Christ, I used to have so many highlights. So all of this is free, you eventually get pretty consistent at all of this, the robot and all that. And then you get smacked in the face with this boss. This part is just pure memory, right? Which, just right off the bat, already hate this section because I don't like 2.0 boss fights that have no indicators or any memorization or any pattern or anything like that to them. I hate when a boss fight is just pure memory, right? Just, this is literally the prime example of suddenly an object appeared, which is my least favorite thing. But what drops it even more is the roofs and floor kill you. And so you have to do this awkward double-click pattern. You can't even begin to imagine how inconsistent that is. Like, what was my final attempt count on this? Let's find out. Okay, I show it right here. Yeah, my final attempt count was 906. I'm not joking when I say at least 600 of those 900 attempts were probably to the boss. It is awful. And the worst part of it is everything after that is free. Like, this ship is easy, this robot is easy, some of the attacks you don't even have to jump at all. Like, I believe this one... Oh wait, no, I guess you do have to jump. I remember you not having to jump for some reason. This is the coolest part of the level, but unfortunately it is free. Then you get to this wave, which is the only other hard part of the level, but even then it's not that bad. You just have to get the transition consistent. I like this wave, I'll give it that. But, like, all of this is just so meh, because if you do die past the blasters, it's gonna feel like bullshit, because everything after the blasters isn't hard. I actually genuinely think a lot of this level's problem is that it's first half heavy with a choke point. And I don't like that. But in general, I kind of just hate 2.0 boss fights. I'm gonna put this in D, above whatever this level was called. Oh, Hellcat by Roy Mousty, or Mike Wheeler fan, or whatever you want to call him. Fuck this level. I hate Hellcat. You're probably gonna watch me have, like, a couple breakdowns like this throughout this video. Hellcat is the fucking worst, okay? It's Roy Mousty attempting to make a cube-only level. And because of that, what you end up with is a medium demon that is only timings. But they're timings made by Roy Mousty. Look, okay? I could say so much about why I don't like Hellcat, right? But I think I can sum it up by just showing you my deaths. Fair warning. I'm just gonna show you my deaths. I don't like it. I don't. And, like, honestly, I just kept consistently dying there. I don't know. This level might have actually been the angriest Yeah, this level might have actually been the angriest I've ever gotten at a level. This level is just pure bullshit. I hate it. This is one of the most miserable experiences of a gameplay I have ever had. Wow, that was miserable experiences of a gameplay. That great. Yeah, I fucking hate this level. I'm putting it in F above, what is it, Kitchen Roll? No, whatever. Okay, Sirius by Funny Game. Probably one of my most controversial 0 out of 10 enjoyments. Yeah, alright, I just had to mentally prepare to do this one. So, Sirius by Funny Game is... Yeah, this is a controversial one, and realistically, it's a very simple reason why I don't like it. Most of the levels up to the boss is fine. I don't really have any issues with it. The problem I have with this boss is just simply the lack of indication, the fact that it's basically just a memory level in disguise. But, like, it's that kind of memory level where all you do when you practice it is just repeatedly bash your head against a wall, and you don't really feel like you're progressing. Because you can do memory levels well, but this isn't how you do it. Because, I don't know, I just hate this. And the worst part, right, is you think, oh, okay, you probably gotta do some really cool and wacky wave movements, right? But no. When you finally memorize this piece of garbage, all you really do is hug the ceiling for most of the level. And then you use, like, audio and visual indicators to do these, like, occasional dodges. Like, just watch me do the boss and you'll know what I mean. But most of the time, you're just trying to hug the ceiling and floor in, like, a really strategic way. So it's just not even fun to play when you do memorize it. And then you have this robot part, which admittedly is a lot better than the wave part, but it is such a massive choke point. This gameplay is G tier. True. Actually, like, I hate it. Oh yeah, there's also one thing I should probably mention. If you can't tell looking at this, I beat it on the LDM, and there's a reason for that. These little monsters that appear at the top and bottom, they can kill you. On the full detail, they're, like, unnecessarily hard to see. Sirius looks really cool, genuinely. Like, I think it is one of the cooler looking boss fights from 2.0. Yeah, no, gameplay-wise, it's terrible. But the visuals being good is the only thing saving it from F tier. You know this one's gonna be good when the thumbnail says, "This level is the thing that killed God himself." This is, like, the only thing that I've lost by switching to a spreadsheet is that I can't be funny with some of my thumbnails. So yeah, this is R-Type. R-Type is, I believe, ranked as the hardest demon on my list, if I remember correctly. Yeah, R-Type is the hardest platformer demon. And the main reason for that is basically just what the level is. This is a clone of R-Type, the space shooter. But the problem with this is that it's an auto-scrolling level. And what I mean by that in this case is that you can't control your left to right movement. The level just kind of drags you to the right. The only thing you can control is your up and down movement. That's already annoying, but the main issue with this realistically comes down to the fact that enemies can shoot up and down, keeping in mind that the only direction you can move is up and down. So there are attacks that you cannot dodge unless through this game of memorization 4D chess, you just kill things before they're under you, basically. And it just results in this level feeling like this gauntlet of trial and error. And it's just not fun. Again, this is my whole thing of I don't like levels that make me feel like I have to bash my head into a wall over and over just to progress. You know? And it sucks because this level actually isn't too poorly designed. The hit detection feels very nice. The hitboxes feel alright. Like, this level could have been good, right? Oh, I forgot to mention that, but as you saw there, if you touch the ceiling or floor, that also damages you, which really sucks. But yeah, no, this level, it's such a missed opportunity because it's well designed. It's just also designed in the most counterintuitive way, if that makes sense. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like R-Type. R-Type is not fun. Thing is, like, visually, it's really cool, and I like what it's attempting to do, But at the same time, that being said, I need to also consider that this is another video game remake in platformer, which, as you're going to kind of catch on quickly, I'm kind of sick of. I'm going to put this level bottom of E. I do not like it. It's not fun, especially with the coin. R-Type has a coin? Wait. R-Type has a fucking coin? Is that true? That's not the right R-Type. How do you get the coin? Don't tell me you have to no-hit the level. What? No way. You have to kill every... This level's going in F. Fuck you. Wow! Okay. Alright, so... Next we have the secret box. Oh, it's just called Secret Box. This is not the Insane Demon Circles level. This is the, I believe, Medium Demon is what it's rated. And as you can tell looking at it, you can already tell where the enjoyment went, why it vanished. It's not, like, a very, very specific thing. This is literally just, like, the most 2.0 level you could imagine. That's it. Actually, that right there is the biggest problem with it, is when it does shit like this. Like, haha, there's a spike now. Haha, there's a spike. Fuck you. That's it. This level is actually kind of fun, oddly. Like, that's gonna sound weird considering it has a 0 out of 10, but the lack of enjoyment comes from frustration more than anything. And that's actually where I get into the main issue with this level. This level took me, like, what? 2.5 years, 3 years. This is one of those levels that I dropped and then picked up like several years later. And yeah, this is just a level you don't want to go for if it's like really hard for you. I initially tried to pick it up as like one of my first 20 medium demons, dropped it, and didn't pick it up again until after I had beaten Cataclysm and Accio. So that realistically should describe how that feels. But I'm going to be honest, there's something charming about the level, and I find it memorable. I look back at it, and I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I just didn't enjoy it, plain and simple. I'm going to put it in S. It's going to be our first S tier. Because, honestly, there's just something oddly charming about the secret box. I don't know. I like it. And then we go from that to Apologist. Or is it Apologist? I don't know, it looks like Geist, so Apologist. Apologist is really funny, because this is just like a normal level, right? It's just like a normal 1.0 level, aside of the fact that at the very beginning it does this. Those mirror portals are the only reason it's a 0 out of 10, by the way. That's it. Everything else isn't, like, I like everything else about this level, it's just, that's the kind of bullshit that convinces people that mirror portals are bad, right? Like, that's where the mirror portal hate came from. It's stuff like that. Need I say more? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've made my point. And honestly, I hate to say it, but this is kind of a common through line with a lot of Majaco's levels. Because, like, Majaco's levels are really creative, and I'll always have, like, a huge, huge soft spot for them. Because the art is really cool, a lot of the gimmicks are really cool. Yes, I did just slide under that gravity portal. That was part of my strat, that wasn't an accident. Yeah, no, this level's really cool. And, I don't know, I feel like the problem is when he nerfed his levels, he didn't do a good job nerfing his levels. And that kind of, like, fucked a lot of them over. Also, I agree with you, Nico. I'm going to put it in B. I'm going to put it above Dance Massacre, though. Okay. That brings us to Sanara. Sanara is a level that shouldn't have been bad. The gameplay in this, in theory, is fun, and it's visually really cool. So, what's the problem with it? Well, look at my frame rate, right? You see my frame rate up there, right? How I'm, like, barely hitting 60 FPS? What if I told you that's the ULDM? Yeah. That's really the level's only issue. That's why it's a 0. It's going in A above Shrill Hallway. Yeah, that's the ULDM. Just like, what the fuck? Also, I never unpaused the Belatro music. What am I doing? There we go. I knew something was wrong. Okay, figures. I don't remember why figures is low. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember figures. I had a warning at the beginning. Oh, I beat this on a bug fix copy. That's right, because there's a ball click at the beginning that didn't fucking work. Because at the time I played on 300, right? And on 300 FPS there was a ball click at the beginning that just, yeah, it was this one. And so I fixed it by just shifting the pad over to the right, which you could argue means I technically never beat it because, like, technically a nerf, right? But the reason I did this is because this pad would often just throw me into this spike and kill me. So I don't know. Yeah. But it's funny, because even with fixing that bug, I still hated this. And the funny part is, I don't entirely remember why. I do gotta say, this looks like the kind of level that if I rebeat it nowadays, I probably wouldn't hate it nearly as much. Yeah, no, this doesn't look like horrible. I mean, I don't remember the ending. Let's see the ending. Oh, it's just a ship thing. Yeah, no, this is... Yeah, no. This is... That was just mostly the ball bug, I think, that made me hate it. I think I'm gonna put this in A above Shrill Hallway below Sanara. And I might rebeat this at some point to see if I can raise the enjoyment on this one, because I really don't think figures is as bad, because I beat that when it was hard for me, right? Now on that note, let's talk about 9 Circles 12. Yeah, 9 Circles 12. So, a couple things about 9 Circles 12. Firstly, you're looking at problem number 1. You're putting R-type in F tier reminded me of LT, low tier god, yeah. Fair enough. Thank you for the $2. Low tier god GD, let's go. Yeah, so this first click is like 99% of why this is a 0. I mean, look at my fucking attempt count, and just look at how the video starts. That basically sums this level up. There is a second click like that, but it's nowhere near as hard because it isn't blind and it's right there. It's that blue pad. And then everything else about this is like a good Circles level. And the thing is I actually had to come back and beat this recently because I found out this level has a Nong. I know that sounds weird, but let me show you. Alright. So... if you go to the level, and don't view the page in Romanian, 9 Circles 12, the description says, replace the song since Extruller doesn't make songs for GD anymore. I did some digging, and I found out this is actually supposed to use the Extruller remix of 9 Circles, and for whatever reason, Rustum changed it. I don't really get why. But, basically what I found out, I don't know if this is the case with normal 9 Circles, I don't know, I haven't played it in years, but when I tested 9 Circles 12 with the Extruller remix so I could put the Nong on Song File Hub, I played it again because I needed to bot it with the proper song, and I realized this click is sync-based, and it becomes free if you just find the right sound cue. So I don't think this is a 0 out of 10 anymore. I feel like if I rebeat it, this would go up significantly in enjoyment, and I'm going to put it above the secret box. So yeah. Let's see, what is next? Theory of Everything 2 version 2! Alright, chat, I'm booting up GD for this one, because this is the kind of thing that I can only explain by playing the level. I'm gonna be honest, there's no other way to explain this, so this is gonna be a segment that we do in real time. Alright, let's boot up GD. I love rhythm games. One of my favorite games of all time is Clone Hero. Obviously, my favorite game is GD, but I am a massive Clone Hero enjoyer. Okay. Give me a second. Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, TOE2v2. So, this level. I still have hitboxes on. Oops. This level, I'm gonna explain what's so bad about it, but I have to get there first. Also, bear with me, it has been years since I played this. Same, I did it as a second heart. Yeah. Actually beat this once. Alright, so if we go and just play through it, the problematic part is in the second half. Jesus Christ. Can I ship? Can I ship? I forgot how to do that part. I'm also not playing this with Seo. What other rhythm games do you like? Interested? Yeah, while we get there, I can discuss that. So, my favorite rhythm games are Clone Hero, Mustache. I'm a big fan of keyboard DDR like Stepmania, but I specifically, to fill that niche, play a lot of Project Outfox. Project Outfox is wonderful. I tried to get into Osu, but I don't have enough mouse control to be able to play Osu, sadly. Thank you. Okay, so we're approaching the part. So it is this wave part here. So if I enable speed hack really quick, this wave part is the main issue, because, oh, you're going through it, there's no issue, whatever, it's fine, right? Yeah, it's the portal transition, and you're gonna see what I mean. So, see this yellow portal, right? You see how it's shifted over to the left a little bit? Basically, you have to go through high, like this or farther to the left, because if you go low, this is why it's a 0. This click, nothing else. This is the only issue I had with this level. But I'd say it's a pretty massive issue. I fucking hate this. It is so awful. So, yeah, that's TOE2v2, and that's why it's so low. So, the thing is, with that in mind, the rest of it is just slightly worse Theory of Everything too. And if it wasn't for that click, I probably wouldn't have an opinion on the level. Like, if you get rid of that awful portal, you know where the level goes? It goes right here. But because of that click, it's going here. So yeah, pretty much all I have to say about that. And then after that, we have my voice box. This fucking thing. Okay, so this level seems to have a positive reputation in the community, so I expect this one to be rather controversial. And honestly, I don't think the level's that bad. I think this one might have unironically have just been me not being that good at the level back then, right? Because this was 2 years ago. My main issue with this is just how oddly strict a lot of the timings are, and how fucking, boring this beginning is, right? Like, look at this. This level's already short as it is, and the level only starts at 35%. Alright, but is everything good from there? I mean, not really. It's just like a shitty version of Time Plus Tragedy with, like, the worst slope jumps you could imagine. And I don't know. I really don't like this gameplay. That's all it is. I just don't like the level's gameplay. It's just such a fucking mediocre level. That's all it comes down to. And this is the kind of level that I was sick of it by the time I finished my first practice run. I can at least say this, though. It's a good level in the sense of, like, the atmosphere is cool and the gameplay is unique, and it's the kind of thing where I totally understand why someone would like this level. It is not lost on me. I can 100% get why someone would like this level. I just don't. Obviously, by that, it's going in S, but it's going to basically be the bottom of S. My voice box is it's kind of like the barrier. A level would have to be better than that to get S. Alrighty, so. The beginning reminded me of that one Kermal level High, I think, in the worst way possible. Yeah, but I mean, High's gameplay at the beginning is really rewarding because, I don't know why, but for some reason, the way those little jumps in High sync with the song is really satisfying. I've always said the most fun part of High is everything before the drop. Okay, Broken Reality. This is a Circles level, and, Broken Reality, the problem with this one, realistically, just comes down to the fact that I didn't really want to play it to begin with. I only beat this because it was a Circles level, and that's it. The effect in this kind of looks like ass, especially like the glitch effect where the Circles effect stops. But honestly, my issue with this has nothing to do with the level itself. I'll explain why this is a 0, and I'll explain why I just didn't want to play it. I'm not going to say who, because I'm not going to cause drama, so I will put it like this. Someone who was involved in this level, I don't like. I had a strange, sort of brief interaction with them, and it ended rather negatively, and I have no hard feelings to them, which is why I'm not naming them, because I'm sure they're, like, a fine person, but, like, when I was a teenager, I had a strange interaction with this person, and I've always held a grudge. And so by the time I beat this level, all I could think about was how much I disliked that person. So what I'm saying is, this has nothing to do with the level. The 0 out of 10 is not the level's fault. I wouldn't have enjoyed this even if it was, like, a good level. So I'm gonna put it, we'll put it bottom of A. And the only, like, it could go anywhere in A, but I'm putting it in bottom of A because I still feel that way. I don't really want to be nice to this level. I don't know. It seems really, really, really petty, but, you know, sometimes not, like, having a friendship with someone die and having them be involved on a project, it can make you not like the project. Yes, the thumbnail is the Black Orb spam. It is entirely, like, an irrational, stupid 0 out of 10, which is why I put it in A. You know. Trek. Fucking Trek, dude. Okay, can I just say, out of all the gauntlets, I am, like, really not a fan of the Water Gauntlet. I don't like it. Water Gauntlet is not that good. Let's talk about Trek. So, not Trek. Trek. Trek is just kind of eh. Just eh. I actually really like the beginning. I fucking love the parts where you go underwater. It's a really cool gimmick, and probably one of the best things in, yeah, this. Where, like, the ship, when it comes out of the water, becomes the cube. That's really cool. I love a lot of this, right? This level has so many good ideas, and I genuinely enjoyed it. But this ship part is fucking garbage. Mainly because of the invisible pads that fling you in the direction of the spikes sometimes. But, you know, that ship part is the first bad part. It goes back to being alright. I do kind of like how this level has multiple ways to beat it in multiple paths. That's pretty cool. But now we're approaching the thing that made it 0 out of 10. Those stupid little cogwheels with those tiny platforms, they are so fucking buggy. Like look at this, right? Look at what happens when I click on this black orb right here, right? I hit it, and then my robot sort of like hits the platform, bounces, goes back into the air, and then lands on the platform again, right? All of them do that, and it makes the level feel unnecessarily buggy and frustrating. Everything else in the level is fine. That's why I hated it. It's really nothing more than that. I'm gonna put this level in S above 9 Circles 12 because I still do like it. 0 out of 10, I mean, yeah, if we're talking about quality, but this is all levels that I enjoyed as a 0 out of 10, right? Like, these are a 0 out of 10 enjoyment, not a 0 out of 10 quality. I will tell you what, chat, I'm gonna go AFK really quickly because I'm going to go get a drink. I'm feeling kind of dehydrated right now, so I will be right back. Alright, I am back. I have a glass of tea, and I also drank a glass of tea. Okay, so, back to the tier list. I kind of paused strategically, because the next one we have to talk about is Still Life. From the reaction I've seen from the GD community, Still Life is easily the most controversial of my 0 out of 10s. Because, spoilers, quality-wise, I also give it a 0 out of 10. I fucking hate this level. And I'm going to explain why. So Still Life's main issue just comes down to balancing and, like, the cause of the difficulty. So, everything for the first 50% is completely free. I'd say it's about 4-star difficulty. Right? And then, skipped a little bit too far, at 50% you get the tower part. Right? So, the problem with the tower part, it comes down to this. The draw distance is so low that you can barely see what comes in front of you. This level is the equivalent of playing Minecraft on, like, such a low render distance that you can't see any of the mobs until after they hit you. That's what this level plays like. This level is like trying to win a boxing match while suffering from cataracts. Because, like, just look at this. You can't see shit until it's just right in front of you. That's the thing, too. I have heard people say they found it easy to read. Truthfully, I don't know why I find it so hard to read, other than how low the draw distance is. I don't know if it has something to do with the size of your monitor, or, you know, because I know some of my audience is mobile players, right? But, I don't know. I think you get here and it becomes easy to read again. I actually like this part quite a bit. Albeit, there are a couple parts where you have to click and then release and then click again, because if you hold the jump twice, it's kind of buggy. Like, in the sense of, the cube can hit the roof and die from that. And then, I don't like the ending. I don't like the ending because it's designed to make it so that you hold by accident. And if you hold, you die in a lot of these parts. Especially mainly on the part where it kind of becomes tilted. It's these clicks at the end that are the worst. Obviously, aside of just the tower part. And all of this combines to create a level that just, I don't know, it feels more like a sight reading challenge than it does an actual proper GD level. Right? Like, all this level feels like is just a sight reading challenge. And I find that boring. I don't know. I will say this, I don't think I would hate Still Life nearly as much if I wasn't forced to play it. I think a lot of the level's problem is that Rob Top put it in the gauntlets. There's honestly just like a set of gauntlet levels that I just don't understand. Like, another one is why me, why me, why me? Right? And, Rob Top just has this tendency to put these experimental, abstract, unorthodox, strange levels in the gauntlets that, you know, only a specific crowd will enjoy. And so you take a level that is designed to be super inaccessible. Like, even if you like it, you have to acknowledge that you have to like a certain type of gameplay to like it. And then you force everybody to beat it. Right? Like, imagine putting, I don't know, Space Locked in a gauntlet, right? Like, Space Locked is probably my favorite hard demon. I love Space Locked. But imagine if you put that in the gauntlets. Would people be happy? And I think that's how I feel about shit like Still Life and Why Me and just that, like, category of, like, unorthodox levels. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Rob the Topper. It's like if Rob Top put Save As in a gauntlet. It's exactly that. Yeah, and like, difficulty isn't the issue, because you don't understand. Like, I'm a victor of every gauntlet level, right? I would beat an insane demon if it was put in the gauntlets. Totally. Like, I would not mind. It's just, there are some levels you shouldn't force onto people, and I think Still Life is a good example of that. In fact, I like Still Life looking back, and I acknowledge that a lot of the reason that I dislike the level is just simply that I was forced to play it. Because I don't know if they're still up, but if you look at the community posts I made around the time the Castle Gauntlet came out, all of my posts were basically, man, I think I'm going to have to let myself stop playing the gauntlets. I think I'm going to have to not be a victor of every rated gauntlet level. And that's kind of the thing, right? Like, the gauntlets aren't like, you know, just the lists or something. They're more like the map packs. You are required to beat them. You actually unlock customs, like custom stuff, you know, like colors and icons and shit for beating them. I think there is one gauntlet that doesn't give you any unlocks, if I remember correctly. I don't even remember if that's true. So, I don't know. I do think that this level is good and just not for me. I'm going to put it in A above Sanara. Because I still think the castle part is bad, but it's not... This wouldn't have been a 0 if I didn't have to beat it, if that makes sense. My hardest at the time was only change of scene. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, power and force don't give unlocks. So I was thinking of force mainly when I said that. I knew force didn't. Okay, that's another one. I am still so upset that Sky Tower was added to the gauntlets. I didn't have to beat it because, you know, I know this caused, like, me to get leaderboard banned, and I guess, like, you're not supposed to do this, but whatever, I'm already leaderboard banned, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Basically, I had beaten Sky Tower way back in, like, 2022, so I didn't have to beat it for the gauntlets. But I feel like if I was forced to beat Sky Tower for the gauntlets, I would have hated it. Okay, Impulse. This fucking level. If I remember correctly, isn't this the level with the really annoying bush spike corridor? Also, you're looking at a 2020 Nothing is Scary Demon completion. This is old Nothing is Scary right here. Oh, wait, no, yeah, this level is just like a traditional, you know, old level with a shit ending. Yeah, this ending is horrible. That's right. Everything else about it is fine, it's just this ending. And I believe this was a map pack level. I think I was forced to beat this for the map packs. I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, chat, but I'm pretty sure this is a map pack level. Yeah, so part of why I didn't enjoy it is a combination of the fact that I was forced to beat it for the map packs on top of the ending being shit. Because, I'm going to be honest, the worst thing you can do is have the hardest part of your level be harder than everything else by miles and have it be in the second half. The Janus Miracle. Anyway, Impulse is going to go in D tier above TOE 2v2. Yeah, you know it's an old Nothing is Scary video when he's not using gray and orange. Yeah, you also know it's an old Nothing is Scary video if it's in 4x3. That's not a joke. I'll literally go back to this so you can see. This is in 4x3. And the reason it's in 4x3 is because back then, I played on a, like, $80 Dell Optiplex that I got off Amazon. It was a gift in 2020, and then in 2021, as a graduation gift from school, I got this, like, actual custom PC with a, what the fuck is it? Hold on. I have a PC parts list, so let me check. So, yeah, my current PC has an AMD Ryzen 5 1600 6-core processor, and my GPU is a Radeon RX 550. Which, you know, it's very okay, but, you gotta keep in mind how much of an upgrade that is from, like, what is effectively the desktop computers you'd use at, like, a school, right? And that computer had a 4x3 monitor with it. So, yeah, old videos of mine are in 4x3. It's funny. Okay, so now we have Zafari. This is my fault. This one having a 0 out of 10 is my fault. But it's still dog shit, because here's the thing, chat. You might not know this, but Zafari, if you collect the coins, they buff the level, but the problem is that the level doesn't tell you that it's buffing it. And so what happens is if you're practicing the level and you collect the coin in practice, and then you keep practicing it, you assume that that's just how the level plays, because why would you miss the coin? Right? Now here's the thing. Everyone knows about the first coin buffing the wave. I actually knew about that one when I beat it. But I thought that that was the only coin that buffed the level. I didn't know it was all three. Alright? So, I'll break down the two that matter, right? Now, I don't know about the second coin. I don't know what the second coin does. But I do know that the first coin infamously makes the beginning a wave instead of a ship, which is kind of funny, right? It does this. Now, I actually didn't mind this, because I've always kind of been a bit wave carried, right? But, yeah, alright, so, I don't know what this coin does. Where is it? Yeah, this one. I don't even know if that one buffs the level. That could just be, like, a normal coin. I'm not sure. But, this third coin... Now, here's the thing, Bishi. I agree with what you just said. Like, don't force yourself to get coins if they make the level harder and more annoying. I get that. But, like, this level presents the coin as a free coin. Right? So, like, look at this ending, right? Look at this with the mini wave. So you get the mini wave here. Look, free coin, grab it. Great, cool, good for you. And then the worst ending of all kind. Like, all time, worst coin. So your mistake there is assuming the coins are free, because they're not. But the problem is you'd have no way of knowing that they're not, unless for whatever reason, you decided to just not collect what you think is a free coin. Do you want to know what this coin does? It removes the big portal here, so you have to do this as the mini robot. You're supposed to be the big robot. It makes this part a extreme choke point. And that's why it's got a 0 out of 10, because I didn't know that. I beat it like that. I got all 3 coins, because I thought they were free. And here's the thing, you might think, oh, okay, what if you don't collect the coins, right? Is the level good then? Well, maybe it's possible to enjoy it more, but, like, at that point, I think it's a bad level, and it belongs in F tier, which, yeah, I'm putting it in F tier. I'm gonna put it below Hellcat. It belongs in F tier more just because it shouldn't have done that in the first place. Yeah, it's entirely cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much more to say. Just frustrating. I have some wild takes on what levels are fun. I like Buff This. No, I can understand you enjoying Buff This. It's just a straight fly challenge. If you like straight fly, you wouldn't hate it. Is Zafari on the hardest season demon list? It might be. I don't think so, because I doubt that Zafari is hard if you don't get the coins. Honestly. I mean, I can double check. You actually have me curious now. I'm gonna check. I know you can't see it, but... Nope, Zafari is not on the EDL. Do people still hate Buff This in 2025? Some people do. Oh my god, yes! Yes, dude! I get to talk about the Golem Temple! You guys don't know. You're about to know, but you don't know. The Golem Temple. This is my favorite 0 out of 10. It's so fucking funny. Oh my god. Here's the thing. Alright? This is gonna be the only one where we do this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the music. Alright? I'm gonna pause the music, and I'm gonna unmute the video, and chat, we're gonna have ourselves a little reaction video moment, okay? We're about to watch the Golem Temple. You are not prepared. Going back to simple controls because they're at least kind of... No, I'm not even gonna say that. They control like shit. This level controls like shit. It plays like shit. You heal way too fucking slowly. The layout of the level is bullshit. Past me is critiquing it for me, so we've got that. God. This is the fucking worst thing ever. So, while we get to it, I'll kind of passively explain so you know what to expect. I had to speed up the footage because of how long it takes to heal. Because, and there it is again. Oh my god. And it just keeps happening. Now, I've talked to people who play Terraria, and supposedly, in the actual Golem Temple, like in the actual game, you could just fly through the temple. You don't have to walk through it, right? And that would obviously make this way easier. And also in Terraria, you wouldn't take this long to heal. Like, look at this! This is so bad! And, like, all of this, there is no checkpoint. So if you die, you gotta go to the beginning and do all this all over. Now, here's the thing. I wasn't able to do this, but a friend of mine, they were in chat earlier, Eclipse, was able to beat this by just dashing through all of it and just skipping everything. Now, I couldn't do that without dying, but supposedly that is also possible, right? So I guess if you really wanted to, you could do the exact inverse of this, which is just skip to the end of the level entirely, right? But I couldn't get it to work. So, you know, I'll save time a little bit. This goes on for a bit longer, and then finally, after God knows how long of that, finally you get to the end. And there's one singular save point, which also heals you, not that it matters. And now, you gotta fight the final boss, which is just a bad remake of the Golem Temple's boss from Terraria. And, he's the hardest part of the level. So, after all of that, what's my big complaint with platformer mode as a whole? Not having platformer saves? Well, it's the fact that a lot of levels are balanced to the point where you have to go through a ton of effort to get to the final room, and then the final room is the hardest part, and, you know, you get frustrated, but you can't quit and take a break, because if you quit out of the level, you lose all your progress, and so by the time you get to the final part of the level and you're pissed off and you want to take a break, you can't, so you're forced to either drop the level or just sit there and grind while you are already pissed off. And yeah, from there you just kill them and that's it. So that's the Golem Temple. It's... It's such a dog shit level, but it's always been this big inside joke between me and several of my friends, because, like, I'll never be able to get over this. As weird as this is gonna sound, I'm putting it in S tier because no other reason than it is extremely funny. Hello, random internet dude. Yeah, it's going in S tier because every time I watch back my completion of it, it's so fucking funny. Okay, so now we have Eye Strain Demon. What was the one I called Eye Strain Demon? I know what level it is, I just don't remember the name of it. I believe... Because I know why this level's S tier, and it has... Or, not S tier, sorry. 0 out of 10, and it's not anything to do with the gameplay, or... I mean, at least I don't think it's a flaw with the level. I don't know. I don't remember what this level's called, though. Creator of the Golem Temple probably didn't realize that people have short attention spans. Yeah, but I mean, it's not an attention span thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to talk like, oh, I have a short attention span, I can prove I don't by just showing you a video that I've been watching lately. You guys want to know, like, the content that I watch? Alright, let me show you a video that I've been binging because I like it, okay? Fucking, where the fuck is the video? Why is it not coming up? The video's just not coming up. Where is it? Actually, why is this video not coming up? YouTube? YouTube? What are you doing? There it is. Okay. So I've been watching this video. This is the kind of video that I watch. 3-hour-long Call of Duty Zombies lore explanation videos. I don't think the short attention span argument works on me. Because, like, you know, wanna see, on that note, let me show you another one of my favorite videos on YouTube. And people are gonna meme on this, but... people are gonna meme on this hard. But this video, alright, if I can get a still of it that's not like a jump scare image. This video is also one of my favorite videos on YouTube. And yes, it is 17 hours long. And yes, I have watched this video 3 times. So yeah, no, I don't think attention span is the issue here. Alright? I think it's just poorly made. Yeah, I like long-form content. Oh, you beat for release. GG. Not in one sitting, but I watched all 17 hours the first time in one sitting. But yeah. Okay, so what the fuck was this level called? I legitimately don't remember. Actually, I just realized. Why don't I just pull up the GDDL? Hold on. I just realized, if I don't remember the name of the level, I can just do that. Give me a second. Netrunner, that's what it was. Okay, so the level's called Netrunner. And, were you watching that for the entire day? Yes. You don't understand. I'll edit a video on one monitor and then just put on like a 17-hour video on another monitor, and I'm content. Okay, so this level, Netrunner, the reason this is a 0 out of 10, and also the reason I'm not going to hit play on this, is because this level gave me severe eye strain. Like, worse than any other level has given me. Like, I love flashing lights, right? I'm the guy that created Trip Sitter. And yet, this level was just too much for me. This level made, like, I'm not saying this to over-exaggerate. I am dead serious when I say this level made me throw up. I have a trash can to my left right here, right? This level, when I beat it, during the practice mode point of me learning the level, there was a point where I had to grab my trash can and throw up in it because of eye strain. That's why this level is a 0 out of 10, because it physically hurt me. Like, I'll play it for, like, a second and hopefully, like, have that convey, but, like, something about this is just so hard to look at, man. I can't. The thing is, like, this is the only level to ever do that to me. Yeah, no, this, like, I feel bad because I could tell that, like, it could have been good. Like, the gameplay didn't seem horrible, but just, God, I can't in good conscience put this anywhere other than bottom of F, because, like, it physically made me sick. What else can I say, you know? If a level negatively impacted your mental health, would it be a 0? Yeah, actually, yeah, because that is actually why a level is on here as a 0. That wasn't even that bad. The thing is, like, I don't know how to explain it, but first of all, the footage was compressed on YouTube, obviously. But secondly, it's one of those things where it's not that bad until you realize you have to focus on the gameplay and look at the gameplay while all that shit's happening on screen. Yeah, Stereo Madness V4 didn't do that to me, and I didn't feel comfortable showing that at full speed. Next Ender game. Jesus Christ, dude. Bottom of the barrel. This is so fun. Next Ender game. So Next Ender game is a EDL completion. This is just fucking horrible balancing the level. So first of all, this is filled with janky and buggy timing gameplay, mainly at the beginning. And honestly, the beginning is just finicky. It's frustrating, but it's only because it's finicky. This isn't 0 out of 10 frustrating yet, right? The ship parts are fine, the UFO parts are whatever, they're off sync slightly, but you can figure them out and they're fine. All of this is mostly fine, right? Keeping in mind, though, that this level is long, you have buggy as fuck parts like that. Honestly, just based off the way I hit that orb, you can kind of tell how off that is, right? And then you keep going a little bit, and there's a part coming up. First of all, those black orbs, there's no J block, so you do have to be, like, light on those clicks. But there's a part coming up, I believe. Yeah, this part, all of the hitboxes here are invisible. You know what? This is going to be another case where I'm going to pull up the level in the game, actually, because I want to show you something with that specifically. Because this is something that I need to just straight up show you. Okay, so if I go over to that UFO... right, which, where is it? There it is, I think. Is that it? Or am I stupid? That is it, okay. So, just make sure... yeah, okay. So you see this part, right? You see, like, these part... you obviously have to click these because they kill you, right? You see these little spikes here, the way that they're invisible and all that? You're not ready for this, but let me show you what happens when I hit show hitboxes. You see these little hitboxes on the corners? Right? Yeah. Yeah. And that's somehow not the worst part. So you keep going, you have that finicky little spider part. This Q part is one of the worst parts of the level, because basically you have to buffer literally everything, and if you don't buffer a single of one of these clicks, the whole thing can just break. And so, yeah, do not buffer anything. Like, you have to buffer everything. And then after all of that, you have the worst ending I could possibly imagine. You have that. This level fucking sucks. This level fucking sucks, dude. Let me show you my attempt count on this easy demon. Okay. You know the fun thing, though, and the weird thing, is that this level's fucking terrible, but, like, in a way, I feel like this is one of the more memorable experiences I've had. I don't know, maybe this just might be a case of, like, sometimes bad levels can be fun. I don't know, but I'm gonna put it in D above Impulse. I don't hate it enough to put it in F. Yeah, 1,000 attempts on an easy demon. So, what's next? Critmas. I don't even have to really discuss Critmas that much. It's a Christmas level, and I thought it was going to be way better than it was. This is just an example of I set my expectations way too high for a level, and yeah, this level is just kind of mid. I don't even really have that much to say about it. That's why I'm not even bothering to pull up footage. It's B above Apologist. It is such a... It's just the fact that I had expected way more to it than I thought it would. Like, I don't know. Blender by Codex. I'm losing my mind. Okay. Blender by Codex is, This is exactly what I would show someone to explain why 2.0 was a shit update. Like, this is what bad 2.0 levels look like. Like, this is the example of a bad 2.0 level. I don't know what else to say, really. Like, you could just look at it and you'll get it. That being said, there are specific parts that are way worse than others. Like, the whole level sucks, and you can tell just looking at it. It's bad. It's that, like, robotic rush kind of bad. But there is specific stuff in it that makes it way worse. So, everything up to this point has been just typical 2.0 bad, whatever, right? But it's about this part where the level just goes from significantly bad to significantly worse. So, you know, this is all whatever. And then you have this wave, which is actually kind of a fun little wave burst, aside the fact the ground's covered. But then, chat, just... Are you ready to see the worst transition I have ever seen in a Geometry Dash level? You can already see it's wave to ship. Now, it might not look that bad in theory, but you have to go straight, and there's really awkward saw placement. So just imagine trying to straighten yourself out through this. Keeping in mind that you click into this, so you're going to be flipping gravity and holding. It's just so unnecessary. And you have more awkward gravity portal placements, and then just an ending that you can easily choke, because 2.0. I hated that level. I hated it so much. That's probably the worst level I've done for the EDL so far. And I'm putting it above Next Ender Game. Next Ender Game is just buggier. I don't know. They're both D tier. Might have to start... Yeah, I don't get it. I feel like if you remove those 2 gravity portals, the transition would still be shit, but it'd be way less shit. Alright. Forsaken Neon. This one is probably one of the ones that surprises a few people that it's on here, right? But, honestly, this is one of the more mundane ones. Forsaken Neon is this low because of, honestly, very, very, very specific things. First of all, I'm going to quickly pull Forsaken Neon up because I know that I'm going to need it when I explain this. But Forsaken Neon for me, if I can spell, Jesus. Forsaken Neon for me is ruined by exactly 3 things, okay? And I'll explain what they are. So, first of all, if I go into the part where I start to beat it... Yeah, there it is. Okay, so... First things first, the beginning of the level I actually like. There are a lot of parts in this that I do like. And if it wasn't for 1 click, this wouldn't be a 0. It's one of those. This wave is fine. This ship is problem number 1. You see this little, like, formation of spikes here? It might not look that bad, but it's just such a weird motion that, like, I don't know, a lot more of my deaths were here than I expected, and that definitely frustrated me a bit. So already, 20% is hard to achieve. And then you have this UFO, which is just really janky, but it's not as bad as it looks. This wave, which is fine. This cube is one of my favorite parts of the level. I'm actually a huge fan of this part. Same with this UFO. And now here's problem number 1. This is one of the main parts that I dislike, is this ship. Basically, some of the gravity portals, or not the gravity portals, some of the speed portals cause you to go off the slope at too high of an angle and die, so you basically have to try not to touch the slopes. Alright, and now, are you ready for the first of 2 things in this level that drop this to a 0 out of 10? That fucking spike. Like, even if I frame by frame, let's see how many frames you have to react to the spike. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 frames. Now, that might not sound bad, but that's probably because you're thinking about describing, like, a 7-frame window to make a jump, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can only see the spikes 7 frames before you touch them. Or before you can see them, right? Like, I can words. You can only see the spikes 7 frames before you have to jump over them, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And, now, there is a bit of a trick to it that I ended up abusing when I beat this. I ended up turning my monitor brightness up, which did help. But yeah. Now, the final issue with this level, like I said, I knew I was going to have to pull the level up in GD. The final issue with this level is something that I have to use hitboxes to explain. So, this wave part, which should have been one of the coolest parts of the level, right, is ruined mainly just by this release here, into this part, right? And the reason for that is this hitbox. I'm not joking. That's not that long of a list of issues, right? And yeah, that drops it down to a 0 because of frustration, but that's it. If you fix those small issues, right? Like, honestly, if Zobros just, like, rised from GD creator grave and started, like, working on his GD levels again, if Zobros just, like, went in here and did that, I'm not joking when I say this level would go from a 0 out of 10 to, like, a 6 out of 10. Even with the blind spike at 50. That's all that Zobros has to do. Yeah, so with that being said, Forsaken Neon is going in S tier, because, like, as frustrated as I got, and I got very frustrated because, you know, 0 out of 10, it's the kind of thing where, at its core, I enjoyed the level despite that frustration. Like, I don't know how to explain that. It's a weird thing. I think it's one of those things where, yeah, the level pissed me off and I didn't enjoy it in the moment, but I look back at it fondly, right? And obviously I've taken inspiration from Forsaken Neon in some of my levels. It's a level that I like a lot. Again, this all comes down to that whole thing about enjoyment having nothing to do with, like, how good I think the level is, right? I think the level is well made. I just personally didn't have a great experience with it. Alright, Cherry Blossom by Cherry Team. This one, if you've seen my video of the worst level of each demon difficulty, you pretty much know everything I have to say about Cherry Blossom. Why am I in all caps? Also, why did I only put in one R in the word cherry? So yeah, if you've seen my video on the hardest, or not the hardest, the worst demon of each difficulty, Cherry Blossom's main issue is just that Cherry Team made a level, and they gave themselves 24 hours to make a level, right? Which you'd think on paper wouldn't be too bad, right? It'd just be like a little creator challenge that Cherry Team did, and on the surface, yeah, that's fine, right? But the main problem I have with this is that of all difficulties that they could have chose, this challenge is when they chose to make a level that's not demon difficulty, and it's such a missed opportunity because Cherry could have made, like, a good level and made it a medium demon, right? Like, imagine a Cherry Team medium demon that's on the same quality as, like, Cosmos or Cytokinesis, right? And instead what we got was this. And this is also just generally one of the buggiest easy demons I've ever played. Like, this level just doesn't function. Would they ever go back to this level, you think? I mean, I wouldn't mind if they went back and touched it up and made it play better and maybe updated the visuals. I think this level could have been good. Oh, thank you so much, Fiery. I didn't realize I didn't switch back. But yeah, no, like, just look at this, right? This is just... Knowing that this was made by the creators of Cosmos and fucking Cytokinesis really hurts. And that kind of just ate at me as I was playing it, right? And then you just factor in that the level's buggy and it doesn't fucking work. You know, it's just disappointing. And yeah, I genuinely think that, like, if Cherry went back and, like, updated this and maybe updated the visuals a little bit and polished up the gameplay to make it play better, this could be one of my favorite easy demons. I genuinely think, coldest take you can imagine, because yeah, that's literally the point of the level, but the level feels rushed. Which is, yeah, groundbreaking statements here on the Nothing is Scary YouTube channel. Yeah, Cherry Blossom is gonna go in E, below Sirius, above fucking whatever that level was called. Yeah, it literally is rushed. Stinky Shafts. Yes, that's what the level is called. This level is called Stinky Shafts. If I can fucking... There we go. So yeah, this is, So I was looking for a platformer to beat, and I went, Actually, I'll just let me from the past speak. What is the most disliked, easy demon that I have to do? Stinky Shafts. Yeah, so I intentionally sorted by platformer easy demon and went to the level with the least likes. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was, I mean, okay, so basically this level, it boils down to something that I'm gonna complain about a lot more in the future. This is just one of those platformer levels that, like, forces you to speedrun with, like, an in-game level timer. That's basically it. So, Yeah, I already hate levels that do that, but what brought this down to a 0 out of 10 for me is this room specifically. Look at how little time you have to start in this room.
Oh, this is fucking stupid. Oh my god, no, fuck you, dude.
And then, this room, the lava doesn't rise, for some reason. So, yeah, no, that one room's basically what dropped it to a 0. It's just so unnecessary. And, yeah, this is going in E, but it's going bottom of E. But this is like the precursor for another level that's coming up, because I just generally hate levels that force you to speedrun them to beat them. Alright, and then after that, we have Semicircles. Semicircles is, I believe, a 1.9 private server Easy Demon Circles level. And, Semicircles is just, from what I remember, it's Gravity Portal Hell. And it kinda sucks that this level isn't good, because, like, it could have been, you know? Yeah, I feel like this is the one 0 out of 10 where I say it's the one, but there are a couple levels like this. I can totally understand how someone would enjoy this level, I just didn't. Thank you, TMT SPS. Yeah, I can totally get why someone would like this, I just genuinely didn't. I remember hating this UFO. Yeah, just in general, not my thing. I will put it in S above my voice box because actually these two levels have more in common than you'd expect. It's a level that I just simply didn't like. Nothing more to it. Alright, and next we have 60 seconds. So 60 seconds is a worse version of what I just mentioned earlier. I hate levels that force you to speedrun it, and this level's whole gimmick is that you only have 60 seconds to beat it. That's the gimmick. I hate levels that do this. This level, practicing it is just routing a speedrun. That's it. And it's just so not fun. And let me show you something, chat, okay? Let me show you one of the deaths I had on this, okay? Just watch this. Please, please, please just let it end. Come on, you fucker. What the fuck? Yeah. This level is gonna go in F tier, but it's going top of F because I hate it less than Hellcat, but yeah. Alright, what do we have next? We have Mr. Crazy Hands. This level isn't bad, but I have a very specific feeling about it. So the thing about Mr. Crazy Hands, right, is it's long. I mean, like, you can see the little bars in the time bar. These are all of, like, the completions, right? This is because I actually have timestamps on monthly demon completions, right? And look at how long Mr. Crazy Hands is, right? And, like, just for reference, Master Game is the thing to the right. So this level is long. And here's the thing about this level, right? You go through so much, right? And eventually you get to... Where is it? Yeah, you get to here, and it feels like, oh, okay, this is the end of the level. No, you're at 47%. 47% feels like the ending. So what this level ends up basically feeling like is beating 2 levels back-to-back in one run. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Nico. It's just boring. It's basically what it comes down to. It's just really boring, and it just feels like you're beating 2 levels in a row. I'm gonna put it top of C, above Theory of every V2. Alrighty, Bloodbath Z. Bloodbath Z, let's go. This level's fucking terrible. This level is just bad. Just bad. It's Bloodbath, but with 2.0 bullshit. Butt shit. Yeah, this level is butt shit. I invented a new insult. But yeah, this level is just like a bad version of Bloodbath. And it's funny that that's the way you describe it, because that makes it sound like it's not a medium demon, but no, it is. Just like actual Bloodbath, Mishi is the hardest part, or second hardest part, actually, because the hardest part is what would basically be Etzer's part. It's this part, with the bad fucking... Yeah, this stretch of gameplay here is the worst part. And then after that, you have this little wave part, which is somehow the most faithful part to Bloodbath, and then this ball part, which is fucking horrible. And then it ends. I have a soft spot for Mr. Crazy Hands because it was one of the first creepy levels I played back when it came out, and the longest demon I completed. That is fair. Like, all of these levels, I can totally understand how someone would enjoy them, for the most part. But yeah, Bloodbath Z, I fucking hated this level. I'm gonna put it in E tier, below Sirius, above Cherry Blossom. Alright, and... okay. Tower of Rage. So, who in chat knows about Roblox Jukes Towers of Hell? Because I wish I didn't. This doesn't have a timestamp, really? Okay. So, this level is Roblox Jukes Towers of Hell. Now, believe it or not, despite this being a video game remake, which I already kind of dislike, believe it or not, this level's issue isn't that it's not faithful to Jukes Towers of Hell. This level's issue is that it's faithful to Jukes Towers of Hell. And Jukes Towers of Hell is a shit game, and I don't get why people enjoy it. Because basically, this level is just it's a tower level with barely any checkpoints. Like, just... let me show you something, alright? So, this is all the final checkpoint. Let's go to the beginning of it. Everything you're about to see, you have to do in one checkpoint. Where do I... yeah, there's where I started. Okay. So yeah, everything you're about to see, you have to do in one checkpoint. Oh, don't worry. I'll speed it up when I edit it on YouTube. Like, for the video. But... in fact, actually, I can speed it up now. Let's, 2 times speed. Yeah, so all of this you have to do after, like, you don't get checkpoints after this. This is, like, you've already hit the final checkpoint in the level. This is... it's just so stupid. Let me get the Bellatro music going again. I forgot about that, and this silence made me realize. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't see any reason to do that. And keep in mind, this is a tower level. You can fall all the way back to the beginning of the section. I don't know. It's just the infrequency of the checkpoints, which is accurate to Juke's Towers of Hell, combined with the annoying platforming, which is accurate to Juke's Towers of Hell. It's Juke's Towers of Hell. So it's going in F tier above the... we'll put it above R-Type. We'll put it above R-Type. That is fair. Calypso Blitz, the final level of the Water Gauntlet. This is the final level of the Water Gauntlet. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, that was weird. Like, the wrong link opened. So yeah, Calypso Blitz is actually good for most of the level. Like, I love almost all of this level. It is literally just ruined by one part, and y'all probably know what's coming. Basically, yeah. 75% you're forced to play this buggy minigame that feels like it barely works. That's why. Everything else about this level is fantastic. It's going top of S, because that's like the only reason that I dislike it. Headrush. Okay, so I saw some people at the beginning of the stream were curious about Headrush. You're gonna kind of be surprised at how little it took to ruin this level for me. So, Headrush, first of all, I should probably get this out of the way. I beat it when it had the 2.1 update. Since then, the levels actually had this update reverted, and now it's back to the 1.9 version. But this is what it looked like when I beat it, right? However, there is one difference between this and the 1.9 version that is worse, and you actually are looking at it right now. In the 2.1 update, for whatever reason, the ship started with this really awkward transition, and you basically had to, like, hit that, but you had to hit it barely so that you could fit through there. And it's really awkward, and that was very annoying. But the other problem with this level is still in this level to this day, right? And that issue is a series of gravity portals around right here. This part. That is why I hate the level so much. It wouldn't be so bad if it was towards the beginning of the level, but this is pretty much towards the end of the level. I hate that. I really do. So yeah, that's... It's Jawbreaker, but significantly worse. Headrush is gonna go in D, below ToE 2v2, we'll say. It's not from the extension, shockingly. It's like right before it. Bustling Blocks. So, full disclosure, I'm pretty sure Bustling Blocks has gotten several updates since the time I beat it. But, yeah, so Bustling Blocks is basically just another tower level. But the problem with this compared to most tower levels is, A, there are no checkpoints, to my knowledge. If you fall, you go all the way back, right? The only thing you have really to rely on is what I could only call Juke's Towers of Hell safety nets, right? But the other problem with this level that makes it so frustrating is this gimmick where, and it happens like 3 or 4 times in the level, where a block is moving and you have to outpace the block or keep up with it. And if you fall behind, well, you just lost your method of progressing and you have to intentionally fall to reset the block. It doesn't look so bad on that first one, but it gets annoying. Like with this ball part right here. With this ball part, you have to stay in front of it because if the block isn't behind you when you get here, you can't progress because you need the block to do this. Because without the block, you couldn't pass this block. And of course, the level ends with one of those too, because why wouldn't it? So you see there's the block there, you just gotta go faster than it. There's 2 more. There's this one and then there's one more. And this is the whole gimmick. And if I go back to the beginning of... Actually, I think it's at the end. Yeah, I show it here. I'm going to basically sum up why I dislike this level right here. There's not a single checkpoint in this level, and you can literally fall from that final robot part all the way to the beginning. And I did. Several times. Great. Oh, why did I start doing it without the fucking... No! Really? Oh, I gotta go back to the ball section, because there are no fucking checkpoints. Yeah, that's the kind of level we're talking about here. Yeah, I just in general hate levels that play like that, so... Yeah, this is gonna go in F tier above speedrun demon 60 seconds. I just hate when levels do that kind of shit. I always will. Okay, Forte by Jazor, right? Yeah. Oh, wait, no, by Viperin. Oh, I thought it was a Jazor level, because Jazor's name is at the end. Okay, whatever. So, Forte is just like... How do I explain Forte? There is, like, a category of old memory levels where it's basically just... I don't know, it is the most annoying and goofy form of memory you can imagine, and it's the kind of memory that's just, like, hard to explain. Like, you really have to look at it and you just kind of know what's wrong with it. I don't know, it's really hard to put into words what's so annoying about this. Is that, like, I don't know, this is probably, like, a weird one, but, like, I don't know, I am incapable of criticizing this level. I feel weird about it being that way, but, like, it's just, it's bad, but it's hard to explain why. Maybe I'm just not equipped to critique this properly yet, I don't know, maybe it's an issue with me, but I've never really been able to verbalize my problem with this level. It's just... It's, for some reason, a type of memory that I dislike, but I don't know how to explain why I dislike this type of memory, and I don't know how to explain this type of memory, you know what I mean? And, I don't know. I want to put it in... We'll say C above Mr. Crazy Hands. Yeah, but that's the reason I find it so weird, is I like old school memory, you know what I mean? I excel in easy demon levels that are like 1.6 and earlier. So I don't know. Okay. Cyber Infinity. I don't remember this level. I legitimately do not remember this level. What is Cyber Infinity? I'm gonna recognize it immediately and be like, oh yeah, this level sucks. Oh yeah, this level sucks. It's Easy Demon Flow. I've talked about this before. Oh, this is by the guy that made Ice Strain Demon. Okay. So yeah, this is just Easy Demon Flow, and I talked about this in the most recent monthly demon completions, but I've kind of realized that I just don't like Easy Demon Flow because there's almost never any skill to it. It's always just sync-based memory, which works fine if it's like an insane demon or onwards, because then it actually feels hard, right? I love levels like Layak that actually challenge you beyond just click sync, but at a certain point, this just feels like someone thinks Geometry Dash is a rhythm game and is building levels under that mindset. But GD will never work as a rhythm game, because actually, I'm going to throw my 2 cents into this because this actually factors into the flow gameplay thing. I have never seen someone explain why GD is not a rhythm game properly. The closest I've seen is the Ateen video, but basically, I think it comes down to this. Most rhythm games, the focus is on the music and playing whatever the gameplay is in sync with the music. In GD's case, that's not the point. You can have a level that is skill-based, and then you can have a level that's sync-based, and those two things are not synonymous. And I think that kind of kills any chance of it being a rhythm game, right? Because a lot of the harder levels actually forego sync for difficulty. But this level is the opposite of that. And flow levels in general, easy flow levels are the opposite of that. Levels like this that require no skill, and all they require is just a really, really good level of memorization and sync, basically. Would Rob Top rate a level with no song? It's hard to say if he would now, but he probably would have back in, like, 1.6. And I'd also just like to mention, right? I'm not disrespecting the creators of these levels, because I get that there's an appeal. I actually have another take that I'm gonna throw out there. I bet these levels are more fun to build than they are to actually play. Audio-visual got a rated level that you can only beat if your audio is muted. I think I know what you're talking about. But yeah, this is just an example of an entire category of level that I dislike, and Cyber Infinity is just extra boring beyond that. I'm gonna put it above Still Life. Because, like, it's not a bad level, it's just not the type of level that I like. Okay, Hole in the Wall. This has nothing to do with the game show. Or at least, if it does, it did a real shit job. Hole in the Wall is... I don't know. This is a platformer level, and honestly, describing what I hate about this is kind of just describing the level. This level just feels like a traditional Geometry Dash level, like an actual auto-scroller classic level, disguised as a platformer level. Like, this feels like a shitty, Alter Game level. That's what it feels like. It just feels like a poorly made clone of Alter Game. And, yeah, that's basically this level's issue. Now, would this be a 0 if I beat it today? Probably not. This was one of the first platformer demons I had ever beaten, though. It's basic, yeah, it's circumstances made it a 0. I'm actually going to put this in A, and I'm going to put it above Cyber Infinity, mainly just because this level's shit, but I don't think it's as shit as I thought it was back then, because I have such a, like, proper groundwork to compare it to now. Because this being one of the first platformer demons, it just wasn't a good first impression, you know? Ascend by G-Boy. I don't fully remember this level, but if I remember correctly, it's basically just a wave challenge. I think this was EDL? No, this wasn't EDL, this was GDDP. Yeah, this was GDDP, and it was just a really finicky, and that death sums up the whole level, actually. I'm really glad that's in the video. I can sum the whole level up with that. It just felt like a waste of time. Just like the GDDP. I'm gonna put it below Sirius, above Bloodbath Z. That desk slam? There's a desk slam? I had the music muted. Supercalifragilistic. This level's name is funny to me because, like, everyone always loses their shit over, like, extremely long words. I genuinely feel like this level's entire existence is, wouldn't it be funny if there was a rated level called Supercalifragilistic? Right? It's like, when are we gonna get a Geometry Dash level called Hippopotamonstrous Esquipedalophobia? Anyway, this level's just shit transitions the level. That's it. This level, like, the core gameplay could be good if it was, like, tweaked, but this level's just shit transitions, and they're so frequent that I ended up hating it. Honestly, now I'm curious. I doubt that Hippopotamonstrous Esquipedalophobia could fit into a GD title. I doubt it. It's probably long. Thanatophobia, yeah. I just generally do not like this level. It's finicky, it feels weird to play, it feels buggy, I don't like it, it's bad, it's just not fun. It's not even interesting to talk about because it's not bad in an interesting way, you know? It's just such a boring level to talk about. Okay, I want to put it in front of Forte. Can I? Thank you. That was a moment. Character limit for a GD level name is 20. Yeah, then I highly doubt Hippopon Monstrous Squipedalophobia could fit. Bidoo! So y'all know the GDDP, right? This is their fault. This level used to be Bronze Tier, and I picked it up for Bronze Tier because I wanted to beat every level on the GDDP at one point. I wanted to... In my head, I was like, oh, okay, I'll probably max out at Silver Plus, and then that'll be the highest I'll go, right? And the problem with the GDDP is that they constantly like to add and remove and change and fuck with the list. And the problem with that is that you constantly gain and lose ranks. You guys want to know something funny? At one point, at one point in time, I had Beginner and Bronze Plus on the GDDP. Right? You guys want to know what I have now? The GDDP not loading. That's what I have now. Okay, so... okay, there we go. I have Beginner and Bronze. I don't have either of their plus ranks anymore. And, you know, that'd be whatever, because maybe you could just be like, oh, well, you're not supposed to try to complete it. You're supposed to just, use it as recommendations. It recommends you levels to improve. Yeah, I don't get that impression, because the GDDP has a leaderboard, and the way you climb that leaderboard is by beating, like, every level on their lists. So you are encouraged to play everything. And the problem with that is that they have shit recommendations. Like telling people to play Deadly Clubstep. And, see, the GDDP at one point had Bidoo on Bronze. And, I picked it up, and I started trying to beat it, and what I didn't end up realizing is that this level would take me, like, 2 years to beat. And, yeah, no, fuck this level. Actually, fuck this level. I can't even talk about this without getting angry, because Bidoo is just so fucking poorly made. It is second half heavy with a buggy ending and a choke point in the 50s. I fucking hate Bidoo so much, dude. I'm gonna put it above R-Type, below Tower of Rage. Oh, yeah, also, if you want to talk about how the GDDP totally doesn't want to encourage beating every level on the list, and totally just wants to be a list of levels for you to try to see if you want to beat them to improve. Yeah, well, let's talk about the fact that the recommendation system on the GDDP is also kind of shit. So, like, let's say your hardest is an Insane Demon, and that Insane Demon is on the GDDP. Like, let's say you beat Layak. Right? Let's say you beat Cataclysm, which is an extreme, right? And I'm saying this because these are levels I've completed. From my experience, your hardest could be Kata, and all of the recommendations will be easy demons. I don't get it. I really don't. It's shit. It's bad for improvement. Don't use the GDDP. So anyway, Lucy. Lucy is a piece of shit, and I fucking hate this level. This is actually just like... that. Okay, so you guys know how there was a level in the Gauntlets where people were memeing it because there was like a clock at like, I think it was 40%. It was like a compass or a clock, and everyone thought it was in the background, so they tried to fly past it, not knowing it was solid, and they would just, like, bash into the side of the clock. This level is like, yeah, it's Azimuth, thank you. So this level is like if Azimuth was an easy demon and that clock was towards the end. Except it's the inverse problem, because in this level's case, it's the fact that you can go through it and it looks like you can't. And if you try to avoid it, you'll die. Like this part. This looks like you shouldn't be able to touch this, right? But yeah, you're supposed to touch this. Honestly, like, even if this doesn't kill you, it's just shit game design, and it just annoys the fuck out of me. Like, this is irrationally annoying to me. That being said, the level looks great, it does look really good, and the gameplay, frustrating, but at the end of the day, at least it's not buggy, at least it functions. I'm gonna put it in C above supercalifragilistic. Actually, no. I'm gonna put it in B. I'm like, reevaluating. Nah, I'm gonna put it above Apologist now that I look at B. I want to be the Cosmos. We're almost done. We're on the home stretch. I want to be the Cosmos. This level is just generic needle level slop. And I'm not a fan of needle levels. It's basically what it comes down to. This level is just boring. I don't like needle levels unless they do something other than be a needle level to be unique. This level is not unique, it is boring. Yeah, I forgot. I also don't know how this is an easy demon. I just don't like levels like this. To date, I've only, like, I know needle levels can be fun because there are some levels that are not needle levels, but you can needle to skip things, right? And I enjoy that. I like needling. Needling by itself, I do not hate, but most levels where that is the center gimmick are just obnoxious. And, you know, to date, the only level that is straight up just a needle level that I've enjoyed is I Want to Be the G-Dash. I like that level. But this is not a good needle level. I don't like this level. So, yeah, I'm gonna put this... I mean, it's definitely not F. It's boring, but it's not bad, and it's mainly 0 out of 10 enjoyment because I found it boring. I'm gonna put it above Critmas. Seems right. Needle gameplay should be coin route only, unless it's a hard level, in which I guess I kinda get it, but... Oh my fucking god, dude, Drare. Drare is so funny. So you're looking at this and you're like, oh, okay, I can see how this is easy demon. This looks pretty easy. And yeah, you'd be right. For this part. But, okay, so look at this ship. This ship's already stupidly hard for an easy demon. If you can't tell, the direction we're going with this criticism is just balancing issues. But, yeah, this UFO is stupidly hard for no reason, and then it goes back to easy. It's fine. And then it throws this wave at you. It's like, okay, what the fuck? And this ball, which is really hard. It's like, okay, this ship's hard, but at least we're kind of getting back to easy again. This is whatever. And then there's that wave. And then it calms down, and it's fine. And then there's this wave, and it's suddenly hard again. This level's just, like, really unstable with its gameplay. And I don't like it. I don't like... It's around a tier 5, I believe. Tier 5 or tier 6. This level's difficulty just feels really unstable. Yeah, actually, Theory of Everything Icon, you're right. It's just like Crystal Essence's balancing. This level is a lot more in common with Crystal Essence than you'd think. Bipolar gameplay, yeah. I don't like this level. I mean, it's not horribly put together. I just don't like unbalanced levels, I've noticed. I mean, I don't mind unbalanced levels if it's like, oh, there's a choke point at 5%. That shit's funny to me, and that's whatever. But, like, levels with random choke points just scattered throughout the level, I don't like that. Never been a fan of it. I'm gonna put this in E above Sirius. That is if it'll let me. There we go. Alrighty, we only have 5 left. Now we have Audacious. Fucking Audacious, dude. This is basically just Drare if it was longer, and the difficulty spike was even more extreme. Wait, what? Oh, wait, yeah, that's right! The original completion, this is very similar to what happened in my Rob's Club video. The aspect ratio of the footage was all sorts of messed up. Yeah, so this was... I remember now. Basically, chat, this is what my recording screen looks like, right? And basically, when I beat this, somehow the footage had done this. And so it was, like, weirdly cropped. If you look at the top right there, when I go back to it, the footage was just, like, weirdly cropped and you couldn't see. So, yeah. Now, the reason I show you that is because, can you guess where this is going? Yeah, I had to beat this twice. And you know what's fun about that is that it was this level of all levels. Because it would have probably already been low, like a 1 beforehand, but no, it was this. So this level, you know, it's an easy demon, it's fine, it's whatever, it's okay. Clearly, the creator's trying to make, like, an easy demon, and that, what the fuck is that ball part? What is that shit? Okay, whatever, well, it looks like it's calming down again. Should be fine now. What the fuck is that click? What do you mean? Alright, well, at least now we have a pretty open ship part. Kind of reminds me of the Fire Aura ship, which isn't appropriate for an easy demon. You have kind of like a Heinz-style ball part, which I don't like, but whatever, it's fine. It's not horrible. And then you have this wave part. Why? Just appreciate what the fuck is just thrown into this level at 38. Yeah. And then, okay, this ship is pretty hard. This is probably like a medium demon ship, but alright. And the UFO is pretty hard, but hey, it's starting to calm down pretty quick. It's pretty easy again. Alright, this is doable. A little bit of memory, that's fine. Another Heinz-style ball. This is alright. And then this duel. This duel is harder than it looks, but whatever. And then you have a fucking ball copter. And it's not an easy one either. Just fucking hate ball copters. I hate ball copters. I hate ball copters. They play like shit. Oh my god, I fucking hate ball copters. Almost every level that has a ball copter is ruined by the ball copter. And let's not even mention the fact... well, actually, no, someone already mentioned it. Yeah, let's just address that there's a ball copter in an easy demon. Alright, but whatever, we keep going. Ending is at least pretty easy. Except for this ship. What the fuck? Okay, well, we're calming down again. Oh, no, apparently we're not. This is becoming very bipolar. Oh, and then we have another wave section. But hey, at least that one's easy this time. And just one little final ship part. So yeah, this is just Drare on crack, which is funny because we just covered Drare. I'm gonna put this below Drare. Yeah, so you'll notice a pattern. The EDL is the thing that I've been grinding recently, and I'm gonna address this when I make a video on it, but to briefly mention it here, the EDL, because its gimmick is that it is the hardest easy demon list, playing the hardest rated easy demons is kind of like rolling a die, but if the die had like 6 sides that... well, obviously dice have 6 sides, but it had, on the 6 sides, there was like 1 6, and then everything else was a 1. Because almost every level is shit on that list, and then you just randomly get a good level here and there. Which obviously has nothing to do with the list, it's just by nature of what it is ranking that's gonna happen, but yeah, some of the hardest easy demons are just buggy and unbalanced medium demons that are rated easy demon. Alright, so next up we have Descend. Descend by Surtrax. This fucking level, dude. Oh my god. So right off the bat, I did a little skip there, but these first 3 orbs already are finicky and buggy and awful, and I unironically die here a lot. The orb skips make it easier, though. So all of this is just kind of like easy gameplay building up to the hard part that is just kind of there for no reason other than to annoy you. And then you have this ship part, which is ridiculous for an easy demon. Along with that, this whole level just, honestly, what the fuck? I don't know what to say. It's just, it feels like, a lot of these just feel like they took a hard demon and did a bad job at nerfing it. That's the best way I can explain how this plays. It really just plays like someone tried to nerf a hard demon and didn't do a good job. Like, look at this ship! Like, a lot of why this annoys me is because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, why is this easy demon? You know? So yeah. Very similar to Drare and Audacious, but I'm putting this, well actually, I'll put this below Sirius by Funny Game. In fact, now that I'm looking at this, I want to move Sirius back up to the top of E. Okay, what is next? Oh yeah, alright, so the big three. The biggest elephants in the room, if you will. Let's talk Accu. I know it's at the end, but I'm going to move it to the beginning. Let's talk Accu. Accu is an opinion that is probably going to surprise a lot of you, okay? Accu is top of S. I, to this day, still think that Accu is one of the most fun extreme demons in the game, but the level fucking destroyed my mental health. It's a level that, as time passes, the more time passes and the more I look back on it, it's really fun, right? But it's a 0 out of 10 because this level pushed me and I got so unreasonably unlucky with Accu that it got to the point where I would get depressed playing the level. Like, actual depression. And to deal with that depression, and deal with the fact that I couldn't mentally handle playing the level, I had to give myself a limit. I was only allowed 300 attempts on Accu every single day, which equated to about an hour and a half of playing. And that was the only reason I was able to do it. Yeah, no, like, my Accu experience is not representative of the level's quality whatsoever. It is a fantastic level. I just... God, that was one of the worst experiences I think I've ever had. But I still respect the hell out of Accu. Wannacry. So, this is a brand new issue we have to discuss, and it applies to both of the next levels coming up. Wannacry is a prime example of a problem with 2.2 levels, specifically the NCS Gauntlet Contest and the NCS Event levels, where a lot of levels care more about deco than they do gameplay. And the problem with this trend is that this is a video game and I want to actually play, I want to play the level, right? Now, visually, Wannacry is fucking amazing. I think this level looks great. I think the theming is amazing, decoration is amazing, song representation is amazing, but the thing that fucking ruins this level for me is A, the gameplay just sucks. It just sucks. There's, like, no redeeming factor. Like, at best, it feels like the level is open and easy. At worst, it feels like the level is actively working against you wanting it to be fun. And here's the thing, right? I use the term unsight readable a lot. And a lot of people don't know what I'm trying to say when I say that. And I get why, because a lot of people probably picture when I say a level is unsight readable that I'm just complaining about the fact that, oh man, I have to play the level in practice. That sucks. But no, I don't mind that. I love memory levels. I don't mind spending a long time in practice to learn the level. I don't even mind if your level has blind clicks. What I'm referring to when I say a level's unsight readable is, first of all, just to explain this, I have to explain something about sight reading. So sight reading as a skill isn't something you stop doing after you learn the level. Even on the winning attempt of an extreme demon, you are still reading what is coming up, right? When I'm talking about a level being unsight readable, I'm referring to levels that cover up the gameplay so you can't see it. Think 9 Circles 12's first click. That kind of shit, right? So, like, I have no issue with levels that are unsight readable due to the being part of the gameplay design. I have no issue with levels like Extreme Park, right? But where I draw the line is when you put decoration over the gameplay so you can't see it. So now, with that complaint in mind, let me show you the ending to Wannacry in that context. Okay? This is all fine. I don't mind this robot part. I mean, I don't like the actual robot gameplay, but I'll take it over what comes next because, hey, I can see it. That's fine, right? This wave part, I'm a fan of. I actually think the wave part is one of the most fun parts of the level. But then, you have this part. Well, actually, no, wait, this part. I forgot about this. Okay, so then you have this part where the stupid fucking, like, little black bar pulsing effect, right? This isn't a frame where it happens, but basically this little effect right here keeps covering up the gameplay and making it hard to see. And it's like, look at, where's my player right now? Right? Where's my player? I don't know. It's probably up here. Right when I need to click the fucking teleport orb. And this is awful because there's another one right down here where you're gonna land after you click it. And guess what, fucker? You have to straighten yourself out when you go through there. It's awful. Just, why? I hate this shit. I hate this shit so much. It's like, it's funny because I see a lot of people critique the beginning of Wannacry, and don't get me wrong, the beginning is frustrating. But it's frustrating because it's gimmicky. You can at least see what you're supposed to do here, and that's all I ask, is just let me see the gameplay. Even if the gameplay is just a bunch of fucking walls that I have to click through, I don't care. Just let me see the gameplay, right? I just want to be able to, like, know what I want to know where I, as the player, am, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's basically my whole issue. Just don't cover up your fucking gameplay. So Wannacry is going in F, but shockingly not lower than... Not as low as I would have expected to put it. I'm gonna put it below B2, though. It's the worst classic level I've beaten, barring fucking Netrunner, which is kind of an outlier because it made me physically sick. Again, I don't think the gameplay is bad. I just don't have an opinion on the gameplay because I couldn't enjoy it. I was too busy getting sick. Okay, so Noel Electra. Take Wannacry and give it really, really awful transitions. Like, Noel Electra is just Wannacry with blind clicks and more lag. It's, yeah. There you go. And that's the tier list. This is the 0 out of 10 tier list. You can kind of see what I mean, though, when I said what I was saying earlier, how not every 0 out of 10 is bad. Where's my image? Okay, there it is. Let's save image as... There we go. Just drop this into the thing, and so we can look at our final tier list. There it is. So yeah, 10 out of 10 tier list I might do for a future stream, but this is the list. This is my 0 out of 10s, all ranked on a tier list. In general, I don't think this is that bad of a list. I agree with pretty much all my takes. I don't think there's anything that I want to go in and correct right now. I'm pretty happy with this. I, of course, know that not everyone's going to agree with this, mainly, especially because there are levels on here that won't be a 0 out of 10 for everyone, right? Like, there are several levels on here that are controversial, like Accu and Sirius and, you know, all that stuff, but yeah, I like this tier list. I'm glad we got to do this. This was a fun stream. We have been doing this for 2.5 hours, chat. Yeah, so I think this was fun, and I hope you all had fun. Alright. So yeah, I don't really have much more to say. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it'll probably take a while, because I have to edit down 2.5 hours of footage, but yeah, I'm going to turn this into a video. It's going to go on the channel, and yeah, I had a ton of fun making this, this video. And I hope you all enjoyed it too. So yeah, I'm gonna end stream, and I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Thank you for coming, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.